Order.
Sötgimasi. Så Allah desin. Nashia haya chia sa hutkonsen tamas.
Word for order,
God de yaskin.
right? As leaders,
Kuikaltete eklisi
work
cal atalita kenezo satalita a.
who of the Northwest
Kuchansalın ke yatine ha.
we ask the Creator,
Yita bikuru tihato ditisi ja.
as Dëne people,
Kunu tente eklisi.
pray in a different way. I'll say the Lord's Prayer.
Hayo kisi yekirile. Si yakiyat yaski ha.
Yata veyachi yadanizachi visit out here hotende. Gotaya ke honada khalani de guys at in the Nick I won one day yak and the take wicked negates in the take one day. What I thought that daddy take going to talk, it's not taken a sound taken only. What ain't the water gonna do some of the share hot any day. Yet have it, yet done isn't she visit out share hot in the city, must show.
Please be seated. Thank you, Jonas Lafferty, for the opening prayer and reflections.
Jonas masihit ya to yakena bagre khansi. Environment, climate change.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr. Speaker.
Speaker.
Today I want to talk about the government and Northwest Territories'
Tani ke yasi kon panas kirasi. Kutini huni dia bale ke a.
resilient to economic opportunities.
Kina ba an zonte tate to kuti sino ba honi city ni huni di lo si
And interconnected. With many other aspects of life here in the Northwest.
kuta tani ke yasi to
That's why the GNWP
hatta di tani ke ya jinto biti di hato te hela sai ke atali na de ni huni di le
with the aim of taking more efficient, coherent, and impactful actions across the government.
Mr. Speaker, do you know huni di si ora banu de di beta huni la la te ja tani ke ya tin ha.
Northern ways of life
Tato te tani hatta le ja to
currently experiences
kuta tani ke yasi jani huni di la chao
permafrost and shifting weather
ni na yo di ha to cha.
more in the coming decades.
Do it answer na di ni huni di si.
Approach
How do you atali ta the energy climate hello?
a better coordinated response
Do you have to see hit ya to le di ke ta
and future risks.
do you net ha ansi ja tani ke ya ha pa pa le so ha.
Energy security
Climate change energy security salat elo ye ba cha ji ya ali la.
as we transition to a cleaner,
Hatta di ni so be ya hit si di ni ha asi chen.
preparing communities and residents.
De hayin la dan chi si de khaya sui te khaya sui te lo di ni huni di la ne.
The interconnectedness of climate change and energy
Could the energy to climate change to the thought of public health the ni ha tiu du hat all the whole yo.
align our efforts and resources.
Hatta di ha yo sa si ni ya ha to sa ta ta la. Do you have to sa ni te le the Department of Environment Climate Change yo.
Change's primary responsibility
Ai la si et to ya hello.
and work with other departments
The any departments will see the behela ta do you have to benuti on the new ni si ta te si bi cha a. Ta to be kai te si ha.
resilience. Exploring ways
Hatta the department si kuni call the new the greenhouse gas emissions
important consideration
the si but RC the banatis the new jin to be ti na ba.
include maintaining affordability and
The hato tena ba da kilo si hatio the new ni dilo da to si kena yo.
emergency management costs and impact
The
on
emergency management o
housing. Maintaining and growing our economy
kunu te kama si te na tsone ye hari te ne te si no ba hol ni si behela ta. The hato be kali ta si na gaiten.
diversification opportunities like agriculture,
Could the agricultural tourism o the hato climate market si yo.
safety, health,
ai hato suwa tsa na si hatiu honi lalo na tsa teo
changing climate,
tu talu di sino na ni honi di si te te ni a
health, and traditional ways of life. And continuing to collaborate with indigenous governments,
ti so tena te government be atalita e bansa organization ta te haila ta chis be atalita ti to sa ta te kyu di to bali ta si ha
strategy will recognize that indigenous governments and
hata tu government zo tu ha yo si
developing and executing
tu hato si hit si a ti to si be ka atalita si ta to so ha li si papa
priorities
ai ta si ne zo
for us to advocate
ai hato papa yakini ya alo
for and efficiently use resources.
ai ne zo te di sa ba ta te ha
Will acknowledge that federal investment
hata tu samba be ke ni ta na ti
in any climate change.
tu ke ta di ha yo si ni huni di lo betar adora
Speaker, the GMWT's ongoing commitment
hata di government city ke kazi ke gala na di ke ta te he la ta na ti te te organization o stakeholders o tu ko te be hello
climate change
di ta ne ke ya climate change council o
youth council
e di se kui hello te o ban sente na te si te te ni hato no ta te ki di to le zoni te la te ta ta ne ke ya ta te si ko cha ni huni di he
the public on the process of this growth strategy and to working together with all partners to address the urgent needs for climate.
te ni huni di si ko te be ka gala ta a
Anticipate the final integrated strategy will be released in the spring of 2026.
tu ya ki ti si tu 2026 ke ya ki per ti halo te to ya ki ke si be ka gali ta si ha
Feedback we have received from Northerners
ke we ta ne ke ya ti si no ta te ki o di jin de ti si tu la che le je ta ne ke ya ku di to si no pa her ni le si di to si no pa a si ta ni huni di le ma si Mr. Speaker
Thank you, Minister of Environment and Climate Change. Minister statement.
Minister statement.
Strategic infrastructure.
Strategic infrastructure, energy and supply chain. Holy. Mr. Speaker,
I want to speak about the government
don't see CG. I think I see government panas curious that the energy climate change.
Department of Infrastructure.
Could the infrastructure primacy that you can go now? How to not so that about a kilo in the acid and I think ya.
Power our communities, our homes, fields,
Could in a call the Kazu the Kena you the how to but a company do businesses so how to do it easy.
high cost
Do the kilo the can get ya the answer doesn't need the kilo.
impact of climate change.
The new honey the hello the answer there.
Must keep on. Last fall,
Could you ask do you know the government the Allah hits the greenhouse gases the 2050 cool but not the
development of a new integrated strategy.
Hata the yaki go hits the energy to climate change you have.
This work will
I had to see the ball out the la the naka kasa cool.
This strategy will be
Could you strategy CCT hit CCT but all some of the kill new the energy to the Tenapahan zone. Do you see called the breathe the hello the clean energy ha.
It will be people-centered and built around enabling conditions that allow
Could you see about the city having done Chile's economy government the climate change the new need to see her.
strategy. It will bring
Tiato asali tela sa atali tawti tato sigito yas dia you department sketch asi government ibel
first. Strengthen
kuyi tatse do net so ya all the energy security do you do not ya all the energy infrastructure
infrastructure is aging.
could not the infrastructure city all the sapa on the zone the climate change on the zone
Our power generation assets, upgrading our Philippines
do you want to know you know the electricity route easy you to know ya all the energy do the killer ya all the you something ya say do you see the becalita say the energy ja you to the payata ya something ya
refurbishing of key hydro assets in the North Slave,
do no slake ya see to becalita see
modernize our grid,
do not ya hitilo
energy in remote communities.
to hand that cheese ke ya ha
The goal is simple.
could you to becalita riti see punya to hand that cheese but sit to energy kona sapa azan
Second, supporting
could
energy affordability.
to you becata all the energy see to the pate kilo then I ya to see the kine ni to power but not easy 25 to 34 cents lo hat the kilowatts
Communities
could you night hand that cheese see
by 74
hat 74 cents lo do not to night ni
to 3 times the Canadian
do you have to call cooking on the kilo the like the sun is on Hata do it in about the kilo here or the hat to near to the ha.
supplies available.
Do you have to power so how you to the policy, the electricity or
Power sales reduce emissions and
Hata take on the road, you have to do it less easy.
services supporting
The the program service the business done Chile so hand out Chile so the clean energy city the energy alliance the greenhouse gas programs release the now you listen
We'll be announcing the full
the silo the city now high the electric the electricity
the government's recent set of directions
the government the public utilities you see it on the sea
unlocking economic
could the
opportunities.
economic opportunities and about all the energy behel
Clean energy is about
the clean energy seen that the on the class
this includes creating good jobs,
could you without la hasho the energy the thought on the energy behel alta to without where the some get all la the Thompson hydro project see the example that
this is not just an energy project,
the energy project at Elila the you but thought
we're advancing together.
the tossing the LRC the substitute to the Kunisio the Tanaka Parang also Kicho the Salt First Edition.
This project has the potential
Could do la RC to 70% could the clean energy but that had already
connecting to major energy grids.
the major energy grid hello
Our reliance on diesel
to says that see the car on the hello had the mill all the city but says to the clean energy hill
by investing in transport.
could you some but it the transformers that is it to a year city every to su call the catalytic out to but on it sorts out
And ensuring that Northerners
hatta you it's on the yasi energy it was here all the energy clean energy ha
infrastructure and environment climate change.
environment climate change infrastructure the thata he no so do you see you got the no see the case see the su ke no the 2026 ka
For a future that is affordable
do you then about the kilo the but that the about the so do you the something ke ya in ha masi
Thank you, Minister responsible for strategic infrastructure, energy, and supply chain. Minister statements. Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Premier
That the government of the Northwest Territories
who just something ke ya see government see near the Hassan Harris United Way campaign birthday ha
campaign
could the campaign see the something ke ya see in the data no see
support programs,
the other programs but says it you but that seasons on the toilet you have la see the sample on the sample that says it you the United Way on something ke ya see the organization see but says it you sample how the security but says it you the so what's in the hand like ya don't choose to see ha could the high could and the something ke ya is a sunny to look at see her the sunny to it's that you have green con could you pano tata hatta the GWTC the sound is there hatta the unit must be serious on the thing is could you campaign city is how to be carried the other because someone need all this hundred last but says it you United Way NWT the catch our organization hell no
helping build a stronger
the how to the zone there not sure that something you not sure how to solve there
of
Northern Workers Union
workers continues to play in the success of this campaign.
could you campaign see so you get to know a thought of no
Guide our work.
could that all our seen public service see her
I encourage all PNWT employees
hatta the UGWT down us in the Zino honors in the Hato Sambatit or the Batasi to the Torilla Hato Becate you on your indorsy, Massy Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to provide
Mr. Speaker, could the Marine Transportation City to City Hospital in 2025 to its Israeli City to who took annual the business route and no to Yutanike Yazi?
for their central
Could you take Carlo di Batasi Kana Yesidi, a Mackenzie River or Grizzly Legal? The Harry Ladon Chile, Kenan Nelson.
people are aware
Could you get out of the 2024 the Marine Transportation Service?
were affected by record low
Are you cool? On Chato had that Israeli Atochalo.
conditions along the
Had that you but I heard you look at the Mackenzie Tessie to the Pohorny Low to Kini Coast Guard. Are you at sea cut out all the booze who is he?
navigational aid. Not only was their sailing season disrupted,
Hata don't at oots. It's written in set at the cat one dollar to the commercial fishing companies where you brings on jara could the cat one jara. Had emergency the in to our Borford Delta ARC to the settlement region to Hatu Sat or Atrid RC Petzelia Hatu Taktayak. Mr. Speaker, could it a capit or honor that elotrida but RC Senaliera do that Ira. Sino Sinda to the seasonal you had in lot at a marine transportation services. No, it's any lot a lot of sense on the neck air canazon to the seasonal you had to note any sigon. Had at it Allah had dance la on sea I was at the height there low. Do it our government of Northwest Territories, so I want to say that. Had Mr. Speaker to it at 2025 seat at was signal ya seat to the Canadian Coast Guard seat. Dëne Sųłıné to Yakini at a little to that was signal ya. Could to it a coup seat the currency letter at the buoys the collier. Had at odds had a kai seat to a marine transport sea could at Elastigarian and a little disk had added a care to it at a secret and to it a cool but added a new
environment and climate change to monitor water levels along
Dëne who nearly deals Nilo Dëne
last year's circumstances.
couldn't I see it at a loaded a marine transportation situated at Uhunetine then sit a kite and a bus who will let a loaded at was it had this net on the neck
Crossing and staff are
had added our Coast Guard to Dëne buoy sit a colliers Nilo to a kuna that and Carthalat a just a word to lit anara.
should any route
Had added at Uasitanali Hanileni seated at Ikara Haneha unless no air hunting Kutana Hanetta Nikai Elitud a Hachan let a load on customers down say.
plans change and our staff are prepared to work towards
Had I not entered a case what is seasonally seated at Oyele sits a kaya pass no ara. Had added a cool currency lay chart elo. Mr. Speaker, could it a cool sound a currency who later sat or arted a seat a capital on the sea and then sentinelly haliat elo sat or a to its ear in con. Kui situate out a coup at it added a becurcha had a low to a cougar in the scene low. Had a Mr. Speaker. Had added a gatala nasi to the kulagal nasi to you at Sagatala not a low to the Coast Guard hell. Had added that a Kukenazon parties near the Jamaican's River Kaya. Had a another guy to that or has a signal year, Lisiha and to Mackenzie River Kayaha. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Minister Infrastructure. Minister Statement. Member Statement. Member Statement. Range Lake.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Speaker, Nick, I can see this net on Nanak ARC to it. Then
driven by cuts,
at it, I see it at was signal you.
health system was
The health system support to clients enter Tana is new hat is Nilo hat ole to but at the lat elelo. Hat at it a healthcare benefit see but Nilo lat echa. Could to KS illa hat outreach as a constituency at the Pauni Laha Ansi.
already paying out of
After the state in a car night to at a narrow Nilo than a carpet in Sampara.
when these changes
Could and I see at Donald Ye has sneak who at the answer that they transits and yet get a little bit of benefits on God. Kui Hallison noted a Minister of Health and Social Services to at the sense of Nanak ARC to a senior benefits Penil Highles Nilo. Had only the Hachalo. Had as it's a range lake riding ARC non Tennessee, but a hard night in not near Jara. Had that to it illness and at the hat was at Eslat Eloy Hachasi to it illustraga sat or a swan to it at old after the part Eles no hat lip on the Behela Chalo.
Minister was able to ensure
Had
constituents would not have to pay
to tell but in Akaliat into a chat sans and Lahnelis Nilohat Ulihatjala. Had a K bananas the road as into that to Etualian say at Teru to that to that see emails upon Chudu Beha Telo. Yakihil since Nilo to that health benefits program say don't see busy the highest Nilo. At the cabinet ni had there. To off nether natlin sit to 19 natsniha alelo. Ayun and Yakit Saint Anton natlin illa to off nether 19 natsnia job at Akaliet in Illo. Had added a senior but a benefit sipat eles nilhat ulutana health tanakaya on la chalo. Had added a health benefit see ayun to sense on the neck ayun but at the end it aulia mercy. Member Great Slave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Go to the seat NWTK sit to the insurance take key to the law. John homeowners Stanley see papa. Good sense and then Canadian see to the customer so call. Didn't you leave the papa to claim it see another that it are key see gone. Go to the premium space there. Orange case claims here with bring cur on. Had after that superintendent insurance the sense of nanik ARC to that ubits insurance that is a law had after that regulations the law see that galata sinasunlat elelo. Kutlanet Dëne Süüłıné at nanik ARC but consider insurance nanila. I can't nani insurance not new at the car trolley load embassy honey lala. Had that to the car honey had to have lala there to it and the car to that alternate daily secret or not the Canadian price index car. Didn't cow had that to the premiums you take kilo jar low. Had to sat or after the orange kill yet and it's a didn't on the law. Go to the fire department or easy to take care earlier. Had only sat or attack orange kill yet to the Mr. Speaker 62 degrees at least 72 on see a bayet and a payakia on the load to that insurance while you not need to insurance premiums you're not need.
For example,
could it all is since 2019 and 2023 and did another report holding 2023 cool mercy Mr. Speaker had added the Minister of Finance press character on mercy member Great Slave member statement Frame Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy Mr. Speaker. Sit it with as the keeper ours on sits any that they sit with our home insurance gone. Good home ownership not they say to Papa Honey La Roja a load to the quant and a car quanta but in say. Good sits in constituents herself Nilo do that insurance not near and le Haitilo as in take kilo high canal to but insurance stall in Nilo. Good with a nine in insurance in not near unless Nilo coins in because they do it wood pellets at its yeah. Mr. Speaker, to the RCC, Cornell KC, to that fire insurance, to NWTK, to that Hunila, the Latin to it, Dëne Süüłıné Yatıé, to the Quan Carpets in C. Had at the Office of Superintendent Insurance and Calder, Sitra Amalates Alkililo. Kusita Finance, had at the Department of Finance, Quebec on its coast, Saskatchewan government insurance, that Unai Nisik is in not in Dilo. Had at the Dëne Süüłıné Yatıé to answer insurance, the kilo to the sense of Nanik AR. Saskatchewan 1944 the SGIC at the insurance sentence Nilo to the Sunla, Highland Latal, the British Columbia, Alberta, Manitoba, the Ontario. Kui is in 1993, Ku gets and Helagala 2000. Alberta 2006, BC 2015 at UDS and hat at on quanta bits in Sitana Shake El Format bits in seats at theatre. Had at Minister Pers Kara on Nunit the Highly to the Onsen Insurance, the kid water in your not at Utaka on last big is in her mercy. Member statement. Sahtu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, sit it with a Kugananister, Kuchanese.
No better time than the President
Good don't see a Tagata onto the federal government by hell at it Horny let Elacha Sita Mackenzie Valley Highway see. Seasonally.
becoming a reality.
Had at don't upon that alert the NHB campaign seek a at the federal government notes any to the parliament cabinet minister GNWT on a what Sahtu Secretary Incorporated MOU. Ay papasulia hat at don't see that we can keep it or on it na senatasi or nilanil or there.
Federal Liberal government
Had at the federal government at 9 low. Had at that was a case I did all to that Okata Nasi to that Canada to the Ahunila say you sell yes to that nation or Australia no to Prime Minister Dean to Gotharati. Had at the Yumba King Charge the at the low to what the Ottawa's in Yakini on say. Had at Uyakit and Payakini on that Sunni Latte low. Had that to the coin out a system to the federal government, say to the provinces, to territories, to the Nation Herald, out to the Upper Pawnee, say to the Asinacha, Helgalata, say to the Mackenzie Valley Highway, say it, I want to see Tenali at a little coast to coast Canada, chaos in North and had that to the Canada, say that Kulu, Azabet Ayon, Akani, all at Elo.
$700 million
Good to the $700 million to that isn't choosing Lenny 20 a seat to the La Nilian MPH to the Lana Chahal that a little bit to the Canyon Creek all season access road. A creek access road to a Dëne Sųłıné Yatıé up a hill now the road to pick a lot that.
but much work remains.
Ato ason lana cha on the same bagari teleno tsetela da.
Business case and environmental assessment.
Had at environmental assessment you seen it and card kanel to
Minister of Infrastructure.
had at the minister infrastructure panon the Aprils karha.
Member from the Sahtu.
Member Sahtu mercy.
Member statements.
Member statement. Techo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker.
I want to discuss
Had at Northwest Territories Power Corporation on last week NCPC to Tulsan Hydro Project say law. Had at the Zind but the cut of the sheds into but I couldn't anas law.
mandated
Go to NCPC but Zind to that Uya Kia on how to the customer Helagatal Nasit on Kunasni say. Mr. Speaker, I kept it or order to that over to that Tesla at a Testic on the but on a church. Helagaton is on. Kusi sets a writing ARC Fort Providence Chuka to look last night. 2023-2024 a Ohanira Tiku NCPC Limited Hot Day Low. To the Kuntek on Ku. Kui to that Kuno to that the King Yao to that corporation Kayat and Helagala 9 Lenny say you see brings on to the capital project see. Had that to that Tala see to that Tulsan Hydro see Quan said see gone.
originally scheduled to be completed
Kui ba announced has ni led a little to that November 2023 see.
on April.
It's Obatar Concert April 1st dawn to
Mr. Speaker,
Thought gonna batar conlo. Had at it ayun a season $7 million orange kid job low. Had at the public's account see to NCPC see. Do that some part ni la see do that ni la the libatagala hapajit yeah.
some delays impact costs for
Had at that oil sick egalata gambek egalata but after that greenhouse gas emission who is in a little Tesla.
Project delays also
hat atwit Allah se
opportunities for local residents. Mr. Speaker, I want to know
Mr. Speaker, because Sharsi, that could a Charles Yasi accessible water book of showers. NCPC and Tizabus Kuramasi. There too, Mr. Stevens, New Bootlick. Mr. Speaker. Could you do thousand in the government see Hatai, the GWT that totally Nasi, the Conta Lasio? Could you put us house at the do you remember that this you were coins that this you the Shakwa? The Tahasi Lane in Jazitico. Such a Master Seminar 2023, it had delayed. Can you thought the ECCC to not get the incident board shop later bullet? Could it not kiss a year that killer? Could it out for Brisney how the Catalina had to see what out the government say? Could you out of this city? Mr. Speaker, the Brisney, the GWTC, the Yaki has easy. The other sea on 9 days, you could then something the government see that was in the tech easy. Could you work on the Chakwa Lodi, but that in recreational hat this year? Do you have to the Nananya Lord did not this year? Are you somewhere but yeah, when you get this a deal, the GWT had to the hell around then something the government held, the other you see it. Do you go how do you see the flexibility here? Could GWT see the Yaki with the public lands or you cannot there? Kusin is you have to authority see the government union all the other better see the Sonstina, the Nika say Tilha. Could you have to know how to see how the Sonstina sit how to get all and but not a lot? How to authority the Sonstina government hello, how to Yaki honey government the you have to see that the government as long Correct, Bacalao, then something the hello, the recreation was songs of the DC had there. Had that the city government, city council secretary, the GWTO, the NTC, the city tuna, the city of Talinka, city Nika. Do you see a tuna year, the recreational, the something, see what contact is it the Chiyaga, the something the government know? Mr. Speaker. Coffee. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, who sit up about us now? See, John Contabits in the tea that when I take it on your day. Do you hear that door window, Mr. Speaker? Couldn't you get your class shelter as a bullet chair? Could you have your shelters? Then he's not till the jar. Could you the Santato Isaga Island? Hutchins Solona, the who had to kill you. Do you have to Alabaga? Could you eat not this? You had to contact Chelsea. Do you eat some Sinadal? No, there's no Charlotte. Concubus Kendall, then a queue, then a chief quutal, but then a donkey. To receive on our kissy burn, had to tell something about. Do you have to night in about $100? $16 there, don't Baba. Could take on airport your honey not seat and at your honey. Could you point on time counting it? Hutchins Corona and Aussie Contabits in Lodi 2024 year. Could you 5% our child to 2021 cent? Could you hire that on Chelsea? Are you had there? Could you eat not there? Are you compound not there? Are you non that you? Not on the day deal. To us, Nasi constant on the day has a hate deal. Since Yakiel didn't be a tailor. Could you tell the government, federal government, no, December, get the Bazini, and could you tell the million hat or some of it in it? Do you not have rights and betatiha? Could you eat some of that? Is the answer to the not the shelter easy or you chew ilo? The way Nani went to Bonata or the Chinya. I have some of it as the Konya Bar Kanaka. Hatta to call her clear, the contact in Sia. Hato did not kill a million sea. I $100 handed some part of Batati. Mr. Speaker, to about such years into the Basatel. Could you programs will you see but 80 anti but out in the talents on the top of her needle see where her not done she's kaya. Could you think Chandin Kayasi? Do you know the pathways? Are you better friendship central at Tatalina to call Kanaka? Do you so hard and now did not see about Henry Lasio, the housing city program, sir? That what you rapper or supporter yet you hang out on cheese see. Are you minister housing brush current at the Massy? Tune there, Willie there. Could you, Mr. Speaker, could you have you agreed to the nice somebody get us near the programs, the fellow programs or could you say quick please come out there see how to make it you a 200 you something you see to please come do you have to sample here curl how to do some online please come back could you ask see could you need to call see just to get the first school could you tell Hannah Cantina you know tell Sula you know it any lot could you use a joint principal program say something but it's still could you have to do without the school until the child do you see but you could you somehow get out of the field funding but out of Hannah Cantina right there do you also could but it's still that you have to do something do you call such a cool thing do you got the bullying to do it in something city how to have a consider something yeah could you eat 100 consider senior that I don't have to know Chaniki Zato? Do you have to chairs and just know here? Do you want to please constant know here? Could you have your please call the Zondula, the Catholic school, the public school boards, or Tabulacha? Hutch Solona, the million answer about all the joint principal funding somebody said, could you do make us need on the Zondula? Could you hide us not to please call the Khan in the Zondola Kialo? Had to be minister to the Kagal now could you join principal somebody like the ECEO, the Haritan Harity School Board Hello, Chanyu and Salon Kayasi, to see Ketagadia Kitakata, the next somebody that you are. Could you minister Hay Lilla? Could you go into the education minister in North? Doing a Zondola, Tatoin Lilisi? Could you not send the city? Got to thank you. Let's see the civil colony. The better authority to it and something in the bar. Sit on my balls now. See the minister ECE was current. Mr. Speaker. Must see Young North. Must see Mr. Speaker. Could you work to get 30 in a night? Not on the night contact in law. Now what you buy not your shelters not till it. Could you set up a detail law? Could none it know how you public space a kit law? Do you sit and how you kit law? He did. How to wait to receive a lot of it, you lot of a bally tower. Government belala lo tu hatu betsa halelo. Could you unite the contact in the city? Settle tildo. Yuri huka alo. Kuyo ani te zana choro hatela. Tu besuzu ti alo ti hato sidi o tu sika galdar ise. Kuti cinta bi ti hato la bantana ti o tante tesi tot esiko chalo. Ku tako kabla gona New auto net de nalenie alo te hetnialo la houdt andro. Te kan net zo Kun net hata tilo. Ai sampa sat in government da hayunut en ja khona nation nen hichu. Die hato betal hato to nitela. Kuti ahnet hat dire. Ai ne goeie bal, dat is een la bal. Had on zo net er haar. Voor niet laat al. Ik zag het niet ja niet ja. Maar je te zien ook also die ons kon ja hoe ja ha te het niet. Kuti weten betonar kion kita hata in zulula. Hata ti betar alo di siti tsese ti siti ha yohan la chi sa tsese ti a. Hata ti la to si betai ti si di kuti woten to palya ti si ha. Ai ti ti tau cho. Ti so ba sa si in ba sa ti Merci, Mr. Speaker. Hatta teoriato justice bitati hatoi ni srati weten te poina te o te soto te lu te naite te tado cho. Kuti harutan chili si hatta to sono. Kuti ta hote si ayo betahal ya alo. Merci. Merci, Mr. Speaker. Kuti envoy nas kilie si nitsinga. Ai da sin lis nitsa from bahasio se. Kuti Ontario sampata is 232 billion. Kuti jinta bitisi. Di hato nan inlet easy ta. The envoy city 140,000 saga ha. Kuti Quebec si webala nene city with the sampa $166 billion. I had to call 1.3 to you had to someone as it. Could in the heart the envoy needs $140,000. That don't know the gives a left air. That don't know the envoy say $440,000. That heck here. Could the envoy say the premier bits in you the not kill call 1 kilo. The Quebec Ontario letter. That is question is Could the envoy in here? Then you get a toilet. Ambassador Yulia Tiokola. Hatta to some $440,000 that's in Shitanga. Hatta the Zobatekia allo. Tato the envoy Batakia, the ambassador call. Could you somebody? Mr. Speaker, the way I did the India told you the corner, the Sambala Kisi. Could you not tell us Kilesi, did not tell advocacy? I had the honey, La Hakison of Brickiza. Hatch $25,000 Sasaha. I eat already in say you car. Could you tell the honey to do the Sierra Nanidro? I became a galata, the Bassini Q. Bekate katedra allo. Hato eti dato nitesi yaki hitsio tenete ni do sampaha. Kui sampata tikilsin allo. Kuti advocacy law la near the $440,000. Tata network on transparency who yet $37,000 to Ambassador, Mr. Speaker. Hero South. Could you forward 60 to Honda City Olympic Village or Tanikaya? Are you going to the annual NWT Track and Field Championship?
And how deep
Hello.
volunteer hours and immense dedication to put this together.
Hat tun si jo sali mil ansin jo asden jo sanate ha janin telat elu sekui. Hat jo another si. Hat tun jo committee si mercy listeners in. Hat jo da kennes un sekui helagale na si hat jo jaze zananik aya. Kui si jo da si aya si kapatar on that elu. Hat to see the cell another don't do like NS one, right? It's not than another louse it's at you. Could you see to NWT X in your high canal to in the 500-meter dasher high jump in less than a popper harassed others in a hamburger. Had as in your cost now go to up hamburgers SC port in the dessert at a city. Had that with a burger see had SC your night had that Mr. Speaker that I am volunteers or athletes I mercy it's a DC with another see what had mercy. Had a Kenneth on sat a lawyer not till there your son sank had nice in La Higher had urged here River South. Member statement. Yellowknife South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, City High Canal to treat our Parliament Ayat Hasinatlia. Treat at the Nicola Sea Yellowknife South. Had at our members who I treat at policy treat at the Nicola keep a kids. Did our Yellowknife South Sea. Learn toward of the city by a kid. Kun tana ko tai ti se to sing no power ni lat lat at that ohne zone lisi kape at usulia no rizad lo kun ne sit the eril kara could don't do that oha don't sing at no pahuni lao tani tanat elo could don't do the sense and then I say to that connect sit kiro jalo had that to that crown corporation say a secret at the orange killer seats and color not in the zone high dilo had that to that Northwest Territories Power Corporation say had that to that Kenneson see the rest on had that to that business so that they know the papa killer Dennis on the had that one can in real that had that to that minister say that and the teaching culture say about that Nasi Kenneson say lot to that Nasi at the minister.
The government will take
Had that to that government say to the power say that renewable energy resources say health
Meanwhile, private companies
had to the private companies so to that doesn't hire like a say to that contact any hello.
ensure that cleaner energy
Had to the cleaner energy than this one's nilo.
opportunities for residents.
Had the higher like a say the micro generators so at the arat in had a low. Had the connect the same thought to not at the lots on the killer. Had that the same not a day had as a treat at all as on a sensation and now has seen to that energy that giantly at that illa. You know that thoughts and how the rabbit are at that low. Could treat at the National Heart our government only still but no queue to that unity then to the environment kayaha.
Territories communities.
The sense of Nankaya to the higher Latin Tanchilta Lassi. Had anonymity at the Nakoda tightly said the Panani Terror at Unity then seal.
Can build a stronger
Could only say your curry till it's a tighty that the sense of Nankana Ayanas also not had at it. I learned it in by a kidney as it a cat there low.
not only young leaders who need to
At the nation at inlet with Ayu, it's a tight there to Ayuno Pahuni Lalat at a job. Mercy.
Thank you, member from
Mercy, member Yellowknife South.
got you here. So
Hat na tist anatlian de lokeneson ya kini ansetut at sakuneson.
Today, I'd like
Sits
to
in a
recognize
don't treat it, think at church Atlanta, New York, Chanta, I say, Bonnet,
honorable
I say,
honorary life member from the
NWTRPA, October cool, good awards, I say, but I say,
made an outstanding contribution
had that it at Utan Helagala Nasa, the Nakala Nasi, to it as hands on as recreation.
NWT
The sense on Lenek Ayaha.
nearly or has reached the end of their career.
Had that to sit at Lock, Lathayarello.
Given to Colin
Had air to Colin McPherson say, but Siban and it did. Queen as on Bahela thought a little to it and
Portly Art.
we're 40 yards, it and a hella now.
Huge impact on the
Queen sit to the higher like a to it and hella now to it and a call to say to it and a benzine is want air to the Bahut and it and a to it and a song has a queel nara.
He worked hard. He gave
Hunt other they call now, you up a held another loot to Arctic Winter Games, this a queer and Earl Dillo Hanet Khan. Cool you can't and new Vego don't Norman Wall Street, our regional recreation coordinator, Lancha, Satu region. It's a Fort Smith and Dale, it's into Chabula Chetinho, manager Lino, the sport division. Good old Norman Wall, so Fort Smith, neither Cosi, the Bahela last Nalo. Northern Youth Broad Program, Youth Ambassadors Program. Good on treating as it to the Canada Winter Games, other Winter Games was a quiz earlier to it.
and on the development of sport and
Had that to the development to the sports way, you had a kidney last that's it there. Could do that call and see something a sing on under there.
side or the softening part of the program.
I do it to that program. I got in that awesome. It's all kilo who ya hiring like AO to that 110 then see hiring like a then it's any liters on that.
He was an asset for the community.
Could you say hiring like a to it on then a hella na see on hot than the Nezonga na.
Include his nomination form,
Had that to it as a to it as statements get based the kidney on you.
in closing, there are many stories.
Could put in honey sound a low.
Reflect of the time. I'd like to
Had to let don't have that mercy listeners into that. I said no one at answer in the zone law.
member statements.
Member statement
Returns oral questions.
returns to all questions.
Recognition of visitors in the gallery.
Recognition of visitors in the gallery. Constraints all.
Statement about
Had that to it on that then
a friend of mine.
sits in the chart the scene low.
He's up here. Sorry, I'm being a little emotional here. Yeah. I'd like to recognize Colin McPherson.
Had that to it calling my first and I thought sits in the chat that issue Ellen Cosman,
Carol.
Ellie Collin,
Colin Donahue.
Colin Donahue,
Is the deputy minister.
Deputy Minister Gary Bate.
And
Eh,
my former MSA, but he was
had
also
that to the MSA Lenny Director Lin La.
Recreation and Parks.
Recreation Park had that John Helena kick it on Mercy.
Recognition of visitors in the gallery.
Recognition visitors in the gallery here over north, here over south.
I feel you stole my list.
Had that to it I went to see in Sagat is ni Ilaja. Had that Chinese that is it to it at the that
The YK City
had that to the Y City Councilor Tom it didn't cut the Mercy the seniors
Thank you, member from
Mercy member
Recognition Visitors Gallery, member from Kemley.
Cam Lake.
Thank you very much.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Had that John that does it.
A big old hello to him. He's
Had
an
that
incredible
hello and
Northern
say
artist.
the Northern Artist John is that is in the zone there. Mercy.
Cam Lake, Recognition
Cam Lake.
Visitors Gallery, member from Yelney South.
Yelney South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, sit is in his street at the Nicola sit at Dossie. Finnegan Goslin. Had that don't think it to bet a mat at Ogalana Hashni. Next year.
Finnegan,
Finnegan.
very much for
Mercy, John, no hint. Dossie, it's a mount at the Galana. Say, Nezon Simpanchini.
member from Oak.
Moffy. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Lucy Lafferty. I'd like to say thank you. Director of Education. She was manager and also works with the language. That's what she's working with. Lucy Lafferty.
Lucy Lafferty. The interpreter here.
I knew what she was saying. That's why I just went ahead. He went on. Cha.
City councilors of the city of Yellowknife. So thank you, Tom, for being here today.
I'm Mercy Tom Giant Daiha. Yellowknife North. Yellowknife Center.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I'm Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Hat Edward Jonathan Nokata say Jonathan Deneta. Hot Crook, a President CEO, Northview resident, Giant Center. A Kata say Frida. Hat Edward the Vice President at Asin Lahaan. A Kata say Ayum Dene Tank Organ. Hiring La Mill Colleen Well. Had the regional director to Helena at Northview the Wellborn to the organized hiring like Aya, then see Tony Polio South Lifts Chambulish at the NGOs AEC it Earthy had at the Colleen Mercy. Good with adjustments and in the zone that arranged Lake South Anaki. Good with Anaki institute I own the Ayakis and I keep at that eaten. Please. Mercy, Mr. Speaker, City. That is a colleague at the Luayon, City constituents at Anjata Mercy.
Thank you, member from Range Lake.
Range Lake.
Recognition of visitors to the gallery, member from Decho.
Decho.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, City. Dëne Sųłıné translators, Chantatasi Regent, Jameson, Sarah Gargan, Joe Agent, K. Sancho, had Mercy Institute at the Yakiya, Egalana, the Yakiu Ledge,
Member from Frame Lake.
Frame Lake.
Mr. Speaker, I do
Mercy,
a small technicality
had
on the
recognition
recognition of visitors galleries today and congratulate Councillor Tom McLennan on his
Tom McLennan Institute at Quango Frame Lake writing.
Very excited to welcome him to Frame Lake.
At your Frame Lake, Noniasim Mercy listeners.
Thank you, member from
Mercy, Frame Lake. Visitors in the gallery. Acknowledgements. Oral questions.
Member from
Oral question.
Member from Center.
Yellowknife Center.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, Mercy to. Hot Edric Aris Corset to administer finance first Kara. Hot Edric Ani with a liquor operation bullish chair. Good with a local bidder, see any I know Latia. Hot only to it and as on let a local email yes, see. With a contract but ahuni Larry and Ela. Could I not just on the 50 out of 50 a Jalu? Could it Arik and Galan 1.8 out of 50 NWT bet LUC. So Lalat 100 Salonat Sononat and Salonat in your curler. Had Mr. Dudlat Ura contract and at Art Hanet and in your curse at Utlat Air. Then no Hatira. Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes,
And
we did
Mercy,
acknowledge the email that I got this morning
email
from
said
the
to
member,
pay
and thank you for
our
bringing
member
this to my
sits in
attention. As
last
with
year
any
is
other procurement matter, I'm not going to be
hat
putting these
to
details on the floor of the
KSTC
House.
ayun hanu listening halle Chinese hat that department back ayonis in listening to apa or ni lat ilse
There are avenues and channels by
hat to that all the city and
Can have it go through a review, and certainly until that's been done, Mr. Speaker, I'm not going to be in a position to say one way or the other what
Kuita chasi ta chalo khasi haile do don no. Tu kuite do na ti haile masi.
tana ka hanu si haile tana ka hanu si haile
Oh
Mr. Speaker, although I would influence the outcome, that's not my question.
kuite ya has kululi. Kuite por hours ya ti na ti ha. Tu de nikliste.
Necessity for legal action to work their way through this because of, as I'm
Kuite bakal ta si tu hasio.
the minister clear
Kata tu minister hati ha to ja.
the official wording of the contract,
Ai da to de niklisi ha.
view of the numbers, and
Ti de si ka on chao ti da to bakal ta ha.
Minister Biden.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I do appreciate
Masi Mr. Speaker.
behalf of constituents
Kuite to was na siu. Kuite procurement city na ti asi. Ai keta garo tio.
to procurement processes that maintain our obligations under trade, our obligations
Kuite to si lima si tio hat si.
not in the position here today.
Chinese ti si to.
We're adding this
I found it to see it to.
don't have it in front of
I use a physical line to
happy to have it
to
brought
bit
to my attention. It's not the first time I've had one procurement brought to my
to go into the procurement ka ha ya le.
services now, and
The don't premature service but that's there.
on the floor of the House recognize it's an important issue for me
Could be but all the bagasha. Hatta the health service. The procurement see people ta ha.
to review this fairly.
The you keys you set you ha to bagala ta la.
Final supplementary member from only so.
Mr. Speaker, all the minister would have to say is that she'll issue an
Minister that you to the is a call email call.
I don't care, it's fine. I'm fine with that. That she'll issue some awareness that they need to
Hat oi to get or ya
officially award the contract.
to you to the request.
Numbers are reviewed because
There is who can't see the don't do it in solo to January. Let us on child lila.
willing to issue that direction
Hatta to Hato Yakita Hatolo. Keterek easy set you Hatoton.
From only so. Minister Biden.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate the intention around fairness.
Could you the easy to see ammunition?
I don't have the details of the
Could you get a order to at least a card of the procurement?
level of operations that
Hatta the Hasia Dola do.
to get my hands involved in, and certainly not here. So again, I do appreciate the concern for
Hato to fairness in your city balance or city. Hato to be Calita also.
sure that we are being fair and that we are
The hell it does the keys easy there.
procurement systems that we have.
Do you have the principal procurement do?
Certainly not going to be here on the floor of the House and without a full scene awareness of the
Hato to Hashia to get a horse Kahan yellow city Yakiti class I the department.
member that we'll follow up.
Hato doing it Hato the other service.
Minister of Finance. Oral questions. Member from Range Lake.
Remember from Range Lake.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, since the news broke of
Could you honey Heinzer who
the Range Lake North
could you Range Lake at least consider the could children
concerned about the
ul
quality
ange
of drinking water
the could tell
and education,
Hatta the minister see educated others to such a constituents.
a wider range.
Do you have to could see the Hathia Satelo?
Member from Range Lake. Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment.
Minister Education Cultural Employment.
Very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have received
Mr. Speaker, can you Yakino Tenta John Bowl the City Kurta
Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment. Member from Range Lake.
Range Lake?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, constituents are also wondering
Could you constituency? The balls Nazi.
historically testing
Let that you could sell the dealer the could tell you please go. The pilot project the department get already all in the house, you know, must it.
Culture, and Employment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I certainly, as a parent,
Mr. Speaker, who's is killed ya to the this is but story that I think yet in her.
Mr. Speaker, it is worth me saying right now that I was notified
I thought there is a 10 kilo the all power the project.
Monday evening.
The Monday history 10 kilo.
From there, was able
Are you the could and
that drinking water
are you could tell you?
drinking water was
Ay beta ku hat pro hat beta ti ala de eklis kon la si.
advise we're experiencing concerns.
Kui batene gana itia.
I can also advise this House and the member
Ku tu hasya to ja yisi uti member halsa to la. Ku tu ten gana itia to.
provided direction
Hata tu yakite kai ala.
to
Tu GWTO.
departments and through the Premier's office
Ay premium beta office o.
for the
Tu ye kha so ta third party tu ye kola kha. Kita to so pani tel si bu ku chawitia.
forward
Ay
in
to behel de tel hel.
Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment.
Minister Culture Employment. Range League.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to hear that.
Merci, Mr. Speaker. Ay Minister Ikarol na Quebec Sham.
The information out to my constituents.
Hato tu se tabas na se halbes se kutu ni telo de si on angele landa ilnela. Tu Minister City sapa ikeni a de Sicilia tu hato kutela satelo kutela se kuya.
Range Lake, Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the schools in Yellowknife are interesting in that they're different
Kuja bulse kis kon la se let e do yo hain la ke ya se.
for the most part, are owned by the
Kutu it on the carte the education body the carte de kis kon la se. Hato de siulia sa ta ita ha. Jabul de cha.
that the water in our schools
Kutu kis kon se di kuta te satelo se kuya te si satelo.
usual. I will continue to work with our
Hato de education policy be kebalos belagosta cherry pelagolos now. Die had op beheld net detail ha basi.
Education, Culture, and Employment. Members,
Oral questions.
Newhook Bootleg.
New Bootleg.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, following up on my member statement today regarding the recent work done by the Department of EC
Could you easy or last lesi
materials for the Indigenous governments, or
could you web see but all does it do the social government so
ECC,
could you the house course ECE could department could you let you go ya to what the issue the social but the corner does it the kwa
thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member.
Merci, Mr. Speaker.
I think that, as we talk about traditional use,
Could you traditional use an AQ corn the kisi the one you get just DC but AQ to yasi
first and foremost to identify that as the minister and I stand here, it's not
Kusi jo minister slisi jo hasho
how an Indigenous government
si hasia ane do it the social government organization ko
traditional use cabin or
di da to konta hai ti si wo te chinya kon si
entail amongst the Indigenous governments and Indigenous organizations. There are many differences in tradition and how they define lifestyle, and
kui da to le te si tu ni ke ti lu ni ke nei te
what I will commit to standing here
hato tu ya ke si to ile di ha yo the social government organization be hela gas na to le kuti policy ba ga atlita
work that we do together
kui da to la hit si sa
those traditions and that we respect those.
ai be te chani si be su ti hato be hela alita ma se
Environment, Climate Change. Member from Newhook Bootleg.
a new big bullig
And that's a good answer, Mr. Speaker.
ai le so that ti si
The minister is well aware of what's happening here and what needs to be done.
ai minister ye ko ya ta no di si ti ta ba ka ta si ti ta ba ni ta to ba ni ti si ha
One of the things that come out
kui ba sen
is they develop follow-up materials for
could you na it ano the materials but all ta ha
hours when
could you sa ba a si hat ya to lo
consultation
could you so te hena ye q the national government health must it
Member from Newhook Bootleg. Minister of Environment, Climate Change.
environment climate change
Speaker, and Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to report that the work has started as well.
could you last year huni there
As the member indicated, there
I remember hati lo nen kile
on the 20th and 21st of May
24th of mega
with some really good work done by all participants.
ai da le so he tile
There was also a follow-up meeting this
could you repeat the nen kilo
between ECC
to ECC be hello the working group hello
advance this initiative.
could you be ta the la asi ECC
Very close
ECE a technical working group educated as well hela go the land resource management hello
development protocol
could you protocol ke ya si ja ta le ke ya
and regulations
Hata tu la si ti hayun te sa I ka ta na la tu ni chen be ti da to ba ga ta si ha.
Working together to ensure that all of our
Tu sa ta di tao ti hayun no ba si no ba la zon ha se ha.
truly informed by the traditional knowledge within the Northwest Territories. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister, final supplementary.
New bootleg. Merci, Mr. Speaker. You had a light hurt Ebert in law. Do you have to minister how to eat a gold now? The Nazi other Dina Teyaki, Mr. Speaker. Could you do the land regulations? Could you take up on a clother? Do you have to borrow a toilet to bed the detail of it?
Environment and climate change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as the member pointed out,
Could you remember how to do this? You know, need to
reduce the rent to a nominal,
could you rent on your sick on your
as well as ensure that we're addressing this in the long term. Right now, currently, the way the legislation is written,
could that do the legislation?
charge rent less than $150.
Do you $150 got on there? I do you rent on either?
That
You become on the could you talk better? Does he?
timeline
You that's how I see. Do you borrow does he burn near the
participants here. If I could, I'd be happy to do that tomorrow.
You hustler to the being a hustler, honey.
Have a process of
How do you pour a cup of coffee to the bar to the do you to be told this about it?
again, we just wanted to reiterate my commitment to get this done.
How do you have to use the cotton to bury the harvest? Must be, Mr. Speaker.
Oral questions. Member from Dëne Sųłıné.
Two nether willy there.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Must be, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, I got my treaty book here.
Just at the treaty book has corner. Could you at least corner the DC had a do you know the treaty right at the law? Do you have to that Hannah can have?
That it's a prop. Okay, thank you. Member from Dëne Sųłıné.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of ECE.
Could minister to ECE where Ottawa's at all the call the federal government not ah.
Would she use this opportunity
Could you don't Papa Asi no Bayakini Atolo?
of these recent cuts to the Northern
Could you join principal program back at Asia? You somebody call Atolo?
now the Minister of
Could you know MP Hill? Mr. Speaker.
Dëne Sųłıné. Minister of Education, Culture, Employment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Culture and employment.
Share the member's concern in
Are you not this Hasle Hella Bessie?
Thank you, Minister of Education, Culture, Employment. Member from Dëne Sųłıné.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
If these cuts to Jordan
Could you join principal city somebody back at Asia?
provides tens of millions of dollars
Are you somebody who don't know this quickly contest? Had that minister Saturday do you have to fill the government hill now school board hello the Dëne Sųłıné hill now the somebody that teach you join principals and
Minister of Education, Culture, Employment.
Minister of Education Culture Employment.
very much, Mr. Speaker.
Merci, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, I have a close working relationship
Do you
with our
behela gas na education party you hala balesta hayo to the junior the balasta na klialo.
a conversation on our
Do you have to bane kile the hayo do you see the bane the education party serious about that? How to do that na ye kise sutat ele. The NWTTA behelo. Mr. Speaker, the Tasi Benuti as a the GNWT the program the Harik around the island. Could the program put in the could to do Saba Allo? Could you call this education? The Nani the federal government Nuni Harichu are the program see. Are you back at that? Had that minister held a social situ at Alitara, the other Arwazit as a Yakibakata. The education minister, the way you can, the Nonaburu. Could you the receipt around the receipt is some get a seat in the balance also? John you Johnike or John Canada you had to mess it. Two nether willy there. Mr. Speaker, Jordan Principal, Could you bar cause it yet or not this it is quick catino, the socino, ato salatio, the some of that is it is quite easy. The federal government better the ato the Tenia.
Kune Carnos in territory government at the law. Had that do a program on Sikuisi, a Betanjara, a Tlaneha, Tlatudat and its Etiha, to Netherwell the Minister of Education, Culture, Employment. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Could it as Samba Lassit, Agalite Dasi School Funding Department of Education, Culture, and Employment. Do it at a law, Lassit, get a federal government in a program. A let its client, do it teachers, Nilo. Do that EC to cool. Do that program support teachers or education, culture, employment. Could a support teachers do that on school. Ni like a sick attend to it upon it. Had that to the Kenazon La Hill CC because Ponither Pinointer had a Nick like a Ponither at don't want to make a lot as an idea. Mercy, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Mercy.
It's good to see my two pages.
Had that it as it's in dirt as a con Nikolai to Shiloh to James, Cassinas on Sequin and Helena.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Had that the Minister of Housing. Had the thought about Sano to that transitional housing. See to that opens it there, Lisio. To Polish show. To the higher like ARC. And then it's at the NWTKR. Minister responsible housing NWT. And the partners Hainiha. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Member is Dirt Australian car. Could the traditional housing wraparound support say I use on any ayat and it's at there. Dirt at the Nezina Bishoko, Sononats and Solona, Satin North and the Loconha. Had that it on icon. None than a thaw nurse in Loconha. Quan is until a nurse in the sea, Bazilla. Had that to Johnson, so Johnson, that's other there. At the cabinet of federal government, Helgal and now to the federal housing ministers, called that name till city Helgal and not had a law. Had added a cabinet or honor that they dilute the same Jaisi a Kwanaki see, had a member Mofi.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, could do that $2 million territorial Sampani Lassi to that transitional housing authority la. Could that order then it's in ya you want to that Sampanatar lehara to the quantum other to the wraparound support of that Washington and KR. Minister of Housing and NWT, Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Anthatra Wapishakona Yaku, Hadawati Nasada Lucina there, Hanet Edward Ahine like Ayatar Sasi, Quanas only not at there. At a hiring like Ayat at Ozil in suit at Oten and Zonato Quayusino at Do Nazalo Hayusino Kize. Public housing or market housing or unit and to the Kwan in a sense and then hiring Latala say.
That need housing. And again, we have
to on a
territorial basis.
To the territorial alright how you all corners and not hiring Latala to the public and social housing, but it did that. Could it I kill see don't call I gets in the back at a little mercy show.
Minister responsible for housing NWT. Final supplement. Member from
Not key Mofi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, to the Minister Hatte Dulo, Slat Udat Department, NWT Department of Health and Social Services to Indigenous Governor to the program was elected at Northern Pathways to Quantum Earth. Had at the thoughts and to social support at Utenetsenia and at Zanangaya Papaunila Sitaltil Hanatis at Iten. The cabinet, yeah, had at that as in Cornell care at the Department of Justice and Health, Education, Culture, Employment, Finance, it on beheld another seat. Or had not care at the Quan see, but or on the door, betting Honilla Roja, 8 out of Celia Rizada. Had added a sea papas not out there that transitional housing city Celia Nightelo. Had added a higher like a yacht like out the town city Pahalagatala. Under the council leaders, Belnaiku, Carbonai, Q, Satil, Fonio, at lots and not on Nail Kid, they had that with a hanging lot of its Mercy Minister Housing NWT oral question, Great Slave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Finance knows
had that to the Minister of Finance, Goliath to the Handin LCC, Dargahont, Aniston, Lot 2024 to the Insurance Act, to Loda Publicly High.
Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, to the insurance licensee.
The
June 30th, 2024, see, Sakayal Couch, it's on the annual report, so is 2024 annual report at the
year will then be released in October or so.
October 2025.
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Finance. Great Slave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Mercy, you have. Had that the Minister had that the 2023 annual report.
Takes increases resulting from claims made.
Had that the claims, the 24 turning island is see a insurance, non-insurance, but non-easy to go on there. How need to know.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Had that the insurance premium tax it that GWT and the insurance not necessary or John the law.
The premium tax is 3% on.
At that 3% to 1% fire insurance to what would not need to take kilot ella. The current kida.
Final supplementary.
Not the kid. Great Slave.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, to the Superintendent, Mr. Party, at the Minister, say, Planet Air present the watch out to the insurance premiums and go to the Superintendent at chaos needs in 2024 and 2025 and Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker.
The March
2025, I had a announced area, Celia. At a so to the announced that the Ketat and Ellison on 1.9 million Kohan, 3.6% decrease at 2023.
As I said earlier, we are now.
Gohasino 2025. It's a guy on the report a fellow. Finance. Oral questions, Frame Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker.
Can the minister tell us if
the insurance
have received complaints from
at Atlanta complaints that they at least nearly after the homeowner so the insurance take kilo Frame Lake. Minister of Finance, Mr. Speaker, had that the insurance 2022 single nalo had to let that and listen and let the report had to let it at Tennessee complaints ni on Charlotte Ellen. Nobody complained in it.
Minister of Finance, member from Frameland.
Frame Lake.
Mr. Speaker, part of me wonders if that's whether they are even aware of the office.
At the office on the Catholic Concord General.
Specifically, has the Department of Finance
Go to the Department of Finance, to that on the contract at Crown Corporation to SGI at the contract at the Concord Jaha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. I hide the letter not the Nanking Ku, had a letter Hassan Toilet. The Department of Finance, Professor Carl, West Saskatchewan, Ill Catagarlet, the SGI model, isn't John Concept or the compet or the concert, Nenekaya. Go to the Nintana Chilo, Nine Telo, the Harlatan Chilta, allowed to the program insurance, born in Latin Nani Hakwanga.
In order to be able to pay out. So in that sense,
the corporation say.
So as far as being regulated, I mean, certainly the insurance industry
Had that the insurance credit Allah.
as far as the private market.
At all the private markets done now. Then it at we see how they see. Cool, you see a cat and a night and that only the Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Finance, not the key from Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, had a Sianistano, do it at home corporation, Sinon, answer to STIC, Yila what at Ugala Nosik is behind Lada, Nazoin Center insurance.
Access to a larger base.
Lanina Dizzy.
Thank you, Mr.
Go to it at Nayasik, Galatak, it's a Yaran insurance nani say. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Hat to aton to SGI Behelnais Kili, hat aton Tagar, Hania Perscurda. Donaka Kugets in Hobbits Ice Kids. Air cool, it in a high tea low. Hat aton that the sense of Nankaya Sontan Helna, Galatari in Choleni low. Had added it at the sense of Nankaya with our market and Northwestern Tourist Market in Nilo. Go a year less enter Karatelo, go to that Department of Finance, it didn't say to that it's not a lot little market seat and it's not a let the kid little. How to little at a unit
incentive to bring this entity here.
Had a Janint Ahada. How you date and I saw it art in the low. Had to lay. I saw orange key got Nilo. Had I did the SGIO, the brokers down there. I want to tell had at the Zin, John Hat or John the Zin, and have a line in that so Nilo. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, sit with RS cars, NCPC, but up first car. Had that the minister had no near to law. Had to do it at all power for the rest of the keys out at the hydro, Telston hydro project, lots of NCPC Minister. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Do the NWT Belada. Had a basino on the city that would do that will help here. See where Tolson Roberts, what or checks and keys out and for Providence and could you see? Are you on 15% cool, huh?
Reliance of diesel, which is very
that diesel sit the orange queue to
that there is this plan in the way. It already has regulatory approval. For funding, Mr. Speaker, one thing is we are still having some positive conversations with our friends at Naka Power. They are the distributing agent in Fort Providence and also in Kikiza, and so it's important that we discuss with them how we are going to find a way to put all this together, knowing that we don't, as GNWT...
GNW2 and TCPC had to sakalay dasi. I think the bill card not landed as bell nail here. Had that the minister responsible had they low.
supply chains.
Hat at the supply chain or hat a Yasuyanaki and the member that chose it.
Thank you. Merci, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Hat ere to our lock Egalatasi region Aya to our region law to deal NCPC to do. Mercy.
Thank you, member from Zicho.
Member Decho, Minister responsible.
Strategic infrastructure, energy, and
Strategic infrastructure.
Mr. Speaker, I can see.
And Mr. Speaker, could do
sort of 60% design.
are you a 60% could
level of certainty and
are you sick that anything cigar? Hat ula sembak onel kanat le hat atu atum
already obviously the distribution network within these
attentu da hayun lak ay sampai helgalatau
that has Nakop power there, and I don't know if they have any staff-based.
asun nani itan lak any li hat elo hat ula ton li ada ku ay to at ul health ya no there to at na watalat na hat elo ku ang hat e to ta hat en ultaka unlat era so the honest it's
When the project comes forward. I would say, Mr. Speaker,
Hatu tu ketagarsi tu energy da tsira patat tu babalas or the high all cheese ke yaha. Mr. Speaker. Strategic infrastructure energy final that they key the cho.
Thank you,
Mr. Speaker.
She probably answered a little bit of this, but I needed to be on the.
I got the sati le ko hato e kan boost awse. I had to tell the minister to be law on city ecclesi or the sabot the crop for government. Mr. Speaker. Strategic infrastructure, energy and supply chain.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We are waiting to hear.
I unite ya for government here to at least body to sample recur. Could you put see the public dollars recursive? Do we have to power the keys of the but I kill it, yeah. But that the better are the municipal responsibility. Do you have to can you only tell her with you? Do you have to see the here with you the key to Baba? But that the better are the 100% or someone not as he. Do we kill can call but tell me the do you have a thought of it? Do you have a thought of it? Are you able to some part of the transmission to the Baha or could you get it to see her? Are you here to in cinema?
infrastructure, energy, supply chains. Oral questions, member from the
Satu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Following up on my
Merci, Mr. Kuyi Tasilesi.
Minister responsible for infrastructure.
Minister responsible for infrastructure supply chain.
First question there, Mr. Speaker.
Kuyi Tapas Kusi. Do you think the government see Tata Gagal the La City McKinsey Valley Highway?
One of the projects the federal government is describing
Are you federal government you're not Casey the Tata Aussie nation building project in Easy?
Minister responsible for strategic energy, strategic infrastructure, energy, and supply chain. We got to come up with a shorter acronym.
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've had to practice it several times, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the question.
You must say, Sir Kusi. Do you love Hamaka La Halgera? Do MOU you help on the CP Hello? Do you not know your business Yakini Yasi? Do you not take Yakini or the Huta Sochara Behela Dalitare? It's a queue. But we be held that you not see the other Behelu in Sibanari. What the foreign answers though? Could you recursi to you see the two recursi? Do you really be held to particular First National? Do you not hand it up? You know, are you Kusa? Yeah, are you guys not sure about the EQ? Are you hiring last year behind the EQ? Are you had to be held to the RC project?
Things in hand, Mr. Speaker, that will allow, or with the business case, and then with the project proceeding through the board and through the board process, My understanding is that we are still on track for the work plan to have an EPP done this year. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister responsible for strategic infrastructure, energy, and supply chains. Member from the Sud-2.
Member from Sud-2.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thanks to the Minister for
Merci, Minister. Constituent constituents. Tapi niene.
My next question is, will the DNWT work with the community?
Kuti we hain la si sa tu behel. Ay behel rin na kuti la hin di si tkai basuite. Minister responsible strategic energy infrastructure supply chain.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Merci, Mr. Speaker.
Say one important thing that's come on.
Kuti sa si betra asi di la asi ha.
Typically, departments do community readiness working plans.
Kuti kaya suite si di community readiness program plan u si.
On construction, Mr. Speaker, the communities in the Sud-2
Kuti hain la si di sa tu si di la huni di ha ikutendo.
have put an application into federal
Hatta the government particularly do application di truth.
money that is supporting the Mackenzie
Ay Mackenzie Highway si ay bigatartia. To working close with honey to do it to kaya suite ha. Kutendo.
not wait till we're just at the construction stage. We want to get that work started now. My hope is we'll hear back now that there's a government. My hope we'll hear back and that we can get that work going so that the communities are ready well in advance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Responsible for strategic infrastructure, energy, and supply chain. Final supplement. Member from the Sud-2.
Sud-2.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Merci, Mr. Speaker.
I'm very glad for the continuous speakers.
Kuti hani na zonsani do masi nisen.
Will the minister show Ottawa how critical
Ay minister de aro hatni satelo kuti kilo tato batar asi. To sa tu to kanda hello kiloni tisi kiloni asi. Ay kilo batar
Infrastructure, energy, and supply chain.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Yes.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I've always had at least some introductory calls with counterparts.
Tiwi 19 atal nasi aro hello batate kyo senior hasi. Ay gate bahasi ne di kiloni asi Mackenzie Valley Highway batar outdoor the silo.
Unconnected from the rest of
Do you have to get outdoor don Canada Hill? Do you have you hind that on Chilezo that the connections between the it's a carny kid had to the new Hunidilla. Had it I that signal you know.
future. It's not the building Canada that we are hearing the federal government talking about. So yes, we will be in Ottawa. In fact, member might have a nice weekend. I'm flying this weekend, and I'm flying to Ottawa.
See where Ottawa just on this weekend do we have you see where it's just all the Ottawa's in.
For strategic infrastructure, energy, and supply chains. Oral questions. Member from Yellowknife.
Member from Yellowknife North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My questions are for the Minister of Executive and Indigenous Affairs.
Executive Digital Affairs Minister was Cursi.
Challenges around the encampment
Could you encampment is the way Kilu rat is it and the bonnet as it's a bullet chair. You hook out in Nagada Shanti High. How do you shut out on Nasi? Hello, Helena Q.
population and their specific needs and to get new transitional housing
Do
initiatives.
you call you Bahatan as a cow?
However, it's unclear whether there was any specific planning around what
How do you get that as you got to look to the Hato to Bonate Theatre encampments?
locations popping up within the city of Yellowknife.
Could you hear at Bonate Theatre what the Kilgratesi, Takona, but since it?
Rate at Yellowknife shelters has been only 87% since last October.
The 87% on the October and
Operating on the assumption
that the GWTC to go now the shelter space will only to encampment of the Bonate a highly any low, must say. I yet that the member that this could you get the law NGOs would you to be on it, partner at Harity. Could you win you get a transitional housing to your Hayo? Could then do the transitional housing will need anything to be seen there. How do neighbors Allah?
Between the shelter space increase,
How do the shelter space with the transitional housing?
we were hoping to be able to address any shortfall that we have in
How do we got all the child to be EQ? How the ha?
people are going to do what they're going to do.
Could then on the sea Hanyala night in the boy not there era.
We are going to set up that tent and stay in there.
Are you the bonnet to your night to Ekiroti Baba?
Impression that we would have no encampments ever again.
Si don't you have seen the bonnet till in Sydney? Hayunta go ekelani silia.
I would say the assumption was not that there would be no encampments. Thank you.
Mr. Freeman, member from Yellowknife North.
Thanks to the minister for that answer.
Masi hati minister.
So now that we have better awareness that encampments are not necessarily related to shortage of
Hadat encampment si tu ekeloti ayat balata etilo.
housing continuum or people's preference for how they want to live,
Iya totan na isi.
community preparing
Hadat GWTC tu yekegal na tu yakini la yunesa asiha.
some specific suitable space for an
Kui baba niut a di hato to balina ter ina.
Mr. Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, as I mentioned yesterday,
Masi mispiriti hasini.
understanding that even with adequate space
Ayi benusnia di encampment ta tesi to balata etisi.
might set up
Ayi to asi koshla.
disruptive
Ayi to balata eti hato we sentene eti ha te kane eti lo.
the city and trying to figure out where might be an appropriate location.
Kini baba na zohan senat to balata eti ha.
Those at the encampments and their legal representatives to try and relocate them to a more suitable location.
Ayi baba ni hani kha kene zoten na eti ha yo to balata eti ina. Na te yaki yana north.
Mr. Speaker, so we have heard from the lawyer spokesperson
Could you lawyer sati lo diri?
been looking for advice or
Ayi yaki hani kha he te chita piten. Ayi ta baba na zonsi to balata eti ha.
community already given such advice?
Hatta gaten yaki te na ano de jinda biti. Ayi ta o to balata eti si kini da to balata eti ha.
To the current encampment residents? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Masi Speaker.
Thank you, member from Yellowknife North. Mr. Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There have been discussions. I'm not
Ayi wane kilele.
remember to find out if
Hat oyi tu da teze member batas ki ket asi bikoshla.
conversations have begun.
Hat oyi yaki huni doyle.
Oral questions. Member from Yellowknife Center.
Yana Center.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On a similar topic or same topic as the previous speaker, I don't share her points of view very closely, although I do.
Good to speaker city that DC hat oyi ambulance nditi.
Mr. Speaker, I feel that what's important to stress before I get to my question is
Good hit hours kurte.
critical of this government, but at times defined as feisty, but I feel something's being missed in this
Do you see who let in sinna di ne kisi?
to imply that there isn't shelter options,
Could you shelter dot you?
shelters are full,
Ayi you dana ao.
imply there's treatment or counseling
Could you treatment hulion di council dot you? Hat oyi baba pro hulion.
for available. Certainly. Mr. Speaker, there's facilities. Mr. Speaker, what is the major holdup of identifying
Mr. Speaker, la den north area. Do you have to eki huliha?
move to
Spaces. Isan tilha.
are no longer in a situation that they feel unsafe? So what's the delay?
Could you jambulu chet internet chulo na te hata di la di safe spaces di si. Masi.
Mr. Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's no delay. The work is happening.
Ne north area la huni doyle masi.
Freeman. Member from Yellowknife Center.
Mr. Speaker, what is the plan to communicate this
Could you let all the taki ha di public to know that all yakini ya to weekend huni doyle.
report to the RCB? I have a file number. Mr. Speaker, is there a way to get this into action?
Could you cut the bikal ta di weekend huni doyle di bata si sendi te. Do you have to dana chuna te chaha?
Mr. Freeman.
Dana chulo na te na te.
I'm not, I haven't been part of those conversations.
Do you say any kilo the legal representative? Arena ya ile cameras na yellow. Ay the kilo.
To tell the member or the House what their
Hatta member has and the detail nisi. Ay kham permit le khwa.
great spot for them they would want to go. So I can't make any commitment about what a private citizen is going to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Final supplementary. Member from Yellowknife Center.
Ya center.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not really hearing the government wants to do anything on it.
Ay the see all the letter you government na enko.
Plan to actually engage and
Hatta le to see bikal ta ko to yakina zuni ye ko ja bakashiga. Could the business o the na te o te dana chulo na te ha.
quickly identify
Kui ta te si ni baba an ko te ko zetel. Hato so ta bana te tia.
with these people and to have
Ay bana ga to lo ko bete kyo hato talo di si ha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I'll answer one of the
Masi but speaker kui
So what's happening now?
kui to talo di si.
Different entities who are involved in this.
Tu ke chate ke ata na si na kile da tane ke yani te lo ta bolu te cho si te no ti te se
Everyone is
organization hello Hayo ya ke le zoni le ayini o papa ni hani khada to bala te tisi ha.
Legal representatives to try and relocate to those suitable locations. And we're identifying any of those areas.
Oral questions, Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Merci, Mr. Speaker.
My member statement.
Could you have seen member statement?
Seniors who were charged full price for
Could you last need on the net you had to supplementary health benefits? Had the Minister Health and Social Service Kla Hacha La had that Health and Social Services.
So, Mr. Speaker, if there was charges to
Could you be
anyone who is on
Tlanko
senior health
to
benefits,
senior health benefit to have to net near
suggest them reach out to my office.
had that set the office care is it Emily Lake
Before, I'll clarify, shouldn't have been charged.
are you la hat on the near are you hat ya $100
Looked at it further and
are you kind of only
kind of pull it apart a little bit.
are you had to
I asked the question
and I know
why these changes,
that to be a ton yard the city pharmaceutical
getting these emails from seniors,
Claro, hat to statistically on a statistically the extended health benefit la
benefits,
do you benefits that they see be great charity and could you see a ton yard the HPU
the pharmaceutical.
Things change all the time.
Ayun said as in the pharmaceutical.
And as the member has said,
Good member had the law. This ill.
it's going to affect seniors.
Had only to answer the papa who need low congressionally.
What change made
Had only to that or at only awesomeness in her. That air to the answer the but about need la.
this across the equitable
Had
lens
at to NIHIB may T benefit to non in extended benefit to a year. Ayun at like is in Galata on the law. To that internet at some point, say, Garo, go to it out on the city, on the national yasset, ila cotton celia ante.
Thank you, and I want to recognize.
At that, it our minister see and he ain't last season near that.
Why did this happen in the first place?
Had to let the hatchas it let era.
Roll back. Is this
Let a hatchai to the runaway department of contract our minister in a Korea kids in Minister Health and Social Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker.
I would like to say is
Had at a hasia toilet with a benefit say pharmacy say nighty
very easily without a lot of words in this.
kuya keep a la see towers the avance saulia to hasla and then hanel senda
Programs together.
ek arc programs trying sa tao
There is the
to nighty some kado
and they implement our senior benefits.
had at it on the papa say health benefits to the park on the papa nighty nanilo
Simultaneously done.
kuya hali ha an ladder lo hat
Balance was how do we
hat uli tlat ura
changes to over the counter
and third online over the counter drugs nated at one chara yes ayuhanot at their own peculiar hat uli third online at one yarn lenny sit at united and you'll tilsi Kuwa Alberta Blue Cross seat
and across the board, which it shouldn't have.
ayer cousin they hat el yag hat uli hanne ani lela hayul el catch all at erelo to
But why that happened?
at it another seal unit a Blue Cross seat in see petan kalterilla hat only to that uyet ayagal ya helagalay na lenit at uyet ait ilenesi ay he asked halo el ila
Things that I did ask is
kuy sit at Harris car klaha to a 90 kilo channel 63% cool to over the counter and to a 90 nani important the shot sampa 90 cut sampa
$15.
ay son la del sampa at alu tat ura at only haritilo to a night yanta na pa 90 national sias nera
And then, so looking at the cost of it, I just
hat anil hat atont at o galata several all years into the senior benefit after the nil inditilut at o
so that way it's
hat at ayun easy to hat ura galata to at an tekina is not ditch aha
Rangeley.
member Range Lake mercy Mr. Speaker Hat with our Minister of Health and Social Services, the Northern Seniors, the Bayakit La how, with a unite, Papa Sambanats, it's Nanats until United Sanasnilo Halia had senior benefits.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, Sita Minister Stintan, si Etuanelia had elected our senior benefits and got with our benefits. I am but at Ilse at Hato, but at Eliada.
Like I said, even
Hassin law, the extended benefits related at Tuancharet, Ayunan in had a law.
later on.
Do it another sit on to Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Mercy, Mr. Health and Social Services, Mofi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, hat at the sense on then chaos Satan it's at the Disino Quan Tons in but or other care, but season since any neighbor Bishop on others in 99 years old at the mother Cholielo. Hat at the housing NWTC program, but at a little on that the coin is not there on 6 coin. On a corner bagay seat, a year sipet, the corner seat, the car orange kill on the letter snail. Go to answer the seat that Sampa had lot, to the answer the bagay, on up a another hat. Had to the minister that in a policy that I had about that to the answer the big quantity kilo. Had to the answer the seat in it, a corner sneeze, not the citizens on the neck. Had a little content of harbor compets in local.
Responsible housing NWT.
Minister Housing NWT. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Had to the member to the Assurance Car Seat, the Housing NWTC housing program, but the housing assistance program. Had to it on the nebits in the local of a consulio call. Had a letter to the coins in another Silio call. Who is in mobility program to it on the latte ha. Had at the sense of Nanaka, you had to be a later. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Member Murphy.
Mr. Speaker, can the
Minister, the Minister had to look to the aunt, nether to it, like Quan nurse and Jardesing at Sudden Quan housing, NWT housing, see about program and bits into aunt that's at the Minister Housing NWT. I up and Bernie let elected the answer the say to the house public housing program say had to the local housing organization manager Stanley say in the services agreement who puts in the law had to hire like a had to ayun then it's at the law to answer the on the rent not necessary ne could do it online answer the answer bagay sanjara on it is first car seat. Could to receive Northwestern Trust AYC to the answer the sea, but at the sat o to that o quan as long as not to take non instead the kidney is near Highland Mercy. Mr. Speaker, not the key Murphy. Had at a mercy.
So what is the difference between
had don't say to that say seniors aging in programs new a seniors hair repair program to that was HR
comparable programs?
Set a lot to that two programs a lot say to ask nether to us and nothing is not there to ask nether.
Minister
Housing NWT.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, you're not to us seniors home repair program, senior aging in program. They say to the it's a neck a topic a lot to the housing program. Minister Housing in the Frame Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, said to the Premier Burst Kara to its implementation. Had to the Premier had that do. Had to that was seek a lot of policy, so it is a nether at the Akian letter the government and the public service like an Azoyot and Helagalanda. Don't we think that was a lie? Mr. Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. I na charlotte elisern carse to asern carse sina chara hat to that do business galata se o de sense on ne kai ase na si ko da honi de ba ke galata
Start with something simple. Sometimes
hat no ke si ke galata to unlock any year so to Allah se on se departments kai ai karya allo de sagata laita on to asanri tiu Kui si don't it at Ilanin Yara Twitter project charges will yes behella lalo at least had at that was sick a galata or a sick a galatarin and illegal departments kaya had at that at the at opposite the senior kilo had at that uhunetini then say to at least il send a lot to that guidelines will the pagar galata had at that is not so at elha but after it unlock it it only say but it the law kui la government be held na kata lai tao asa to that ohunetini then see to the young government Canada kaya set and dilui at a tile care the law
working on the same timeline.
had that on timeline say a topic a lai tao the law had that with I cannot turn India on the look to that then a nurse is to that Allah has hell
One of the things that I'm happy about is
had to that has is a partners Kanail kisi to the government kaya say to the minister BCC to that unason ya kidney lano kuya halyara to the asinazon tsinazon telana had a law mercy premier From Lake, Mercy, Mr. Speaker, had that Sinisimits and I can as on Latin don't
perhaps a more fulsome response in writing.
that is that Lagala Nahadnet at Niana case is a particular as on you. Had that to the public service chaos
Programs and implement policies.
a program to the policies to that owners on the Helagalata to the Mr. Premier, that Uda at Dona La to the public service to that staff be a kinatsarha.
Mr.
Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And mercy, Mr. Speaker.
That question really goes
Had to do it, see to the integrated service delivery, chaos, lawyer.
service delivery.
Asrin car had at the sense on land chaos in a chilla scene, a chilluni, the Seti Sayon, a thrill as pearl, ten garo, but on cow, to that up the Nazon, ten la, that's you, and Caltetal in Sinazon, as no out it in the air. Had a regional chaos as Conil cow. Glad Ura to it a regulatory that all you to the public service Helgalatasia had added the support program Dalno public service hell had added a horny lat Elizabeth on a cow had added a Kenazon La Haseha
By working with NGOs.
had added the NGOs the Behelgalata law to the Sina and to sketch up a Galata has say presenta.
So maybe I'll leave it there for now.
I don't have anything else here. Frame Lake,
Final supplementary.
not they okay.
Be succinct with your question.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Speaker, when I think of empowering staff,
cool to the empowering staff, one none is there to that then I log it is to the program Salagalata in the Latatia. Had that to the public service Gaya, Mercy, Frame Lake.
Assume that's going to the Premier, not
Not that to the Premier, huh?
Mr. Premier.
Mr. Premier.
thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And mercy, Mr. Speaker. Had that to that department, young to the Minister to Finance.
What I'll do is I'll tell the member I'll get back to him on that one.
At that year's in, tell you see it on.
Oral question.
Oral question, Great Slave.
Oh, just under the wire, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much.
Mr. Speaker, mercy to.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Folks might be aware.
Kui Bakur Yani like need kaka 911 services see but only lal to the government see hani nilo to the health clinic to the fauna your kua khasa ayana ne ya khonsana kolnilo
Unable to move.
kui see to it on the harness and carda Kostach Anyapor Nilat Elo, had assist constituency to the medical dispatch Nasi, and you see on another Rojalo. Mr. Speaker,
The Minister of Matter.
had that to the Minister Makasi to
don't result in unsafe.
But it's you do a nature let o jalo but municipal community affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Kusi si tu tweet on the case. Kohans in that's in that Okalasi. That's in the emergency department account. That's it. Then a call. Fire service account. A higher like as that's at the ha.
When the Northwest Health takes
Who tweet a nurse with tell tweet a phone petting last seat on at one island zone. Phone at an in zone to kill here.
place, something we can look into, but if
Kuyenil in hat uli ton hada.
we take out these services,
You had this service betel yada ayu betent in the communication here on.
take that back and see if there's an option.
Hat atonil in a tlontat or asat or to the arsenal yada. The Northwest tells it at the net hats at you are. Municipal Community Affairs, Great Slave. Mercy, Mr. Speaker.
Will the minister then,
Hat edited our minister see it in a personal out at the department in the college kaha. You honest entry that Hunila lat as it emergency. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. The 911
Minister of Municipal Community Affairs.
Municipal Community Affairs.
Speaker, back in the day,
Could take it easy on the phone to cell phone to smoke cigarette in the shirt. It's a killer. Could the other agency will burn out there? Tato Yatale Nasi. Could you have a phone coin on the backup? It's the other jurisdictional scans that Bali Tasiha. Could you know the main telecommunications but the jaw? Not the key, range leak. I eat that DC machine. Had the minister of finance almost had the telecom stat. Mr. Speaker, all she paid also such a to see Hada. Do you know what's told about the network system? Do you know the telecommunications on Salanke Yaha? Hato do you Hatorila? The department seat, the jurisdictional scanning, you have crew, the backup system. Well, I need to know Hato. Hato, the department head on Saturday. Do you not see her? Must it? What are the oral questions are, Mr. Clerk?
You don't? Okay, sorry. Oral questions. Oral questions. Colleagues, being recognizing the time, we will have a brief break to give the interpreters an opportunity. Thank you. Written questions. Written questions. Returns to written questions. Returns to written questions. Replies to the Commissioner's address. Replies to the Commissioner's address.
Report on review of bills.
Reports on standing special committees.
Reports on standing special committee member from Range Lake. Next is standing committee on public claims. It's a report there. Auditor General 2024 audit. Stanton Torrey Hospital. Do it a log egalatasi.
From Range Lake. Member from Range Lake.
Member Range Lake.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Sorry. Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Stanton Territory Hospital Bullish Chase NWT a Kwana Cha on the Lieutenants on then Gayasayu Earth Audit 1988 a hospital Kwan Island in Doyaki Kwan goes back Earth on low.
Building in October 2023 was designated for
2023 CA March 11, 2022. You see up
by the Office of the Auditor General.
the Auditor General said Stanton Territorial Hospital in a public-private partnership P3 model is there.
The government of the Northwest Territories.
Had the governor of Northwest Territories say
Health and social
infrastructure to health and social services so to the distance on the ARC take out there. Had that in that open to the Stanton Territorial Hospital Sigalana.
And
Do it log on.
for money.
Had
Audit reviewed
at that I cannot ill the guard somebody loud it ill to that Ukwan and thoughts and Hapak Egalata Hasita seal had that to the public record through a sell yellow had that to GC to that Ulanon Island is situated in Senalia Snilo. They do it a quam a zone and a quan call the Halinka quan on it. A seasonal that's on a coins in the night year at Snilo. Had a Haliado named on 8 out at the end of the corner. I could send 30 years lease agreement Silo to the third party at Halialo. Had at it
purposes without required approvals. This made the government
the government see
the facility it owns and exposed
comments
had intended to transfer.
had that to that transfer had a low transferring lot on it.
Has conducted
Had that to that net or to the LAG but the report net to that is to that all you say. Had that to that committee see to that standing part log egalata see that ubik egalata hasi egalata that to that was Babasalon Island is it.
inadequate due diligence and the failure
Had that to that can net in her on the loader at some public and at some public and call the serious Donald Yard in an hat only hat only Saliano $750 million a jollo $1.2 million $462 million and net 62% at the Anet Edge Anet Edge Orange Kenny the Nepa Anet Edge had that Arsenal Laba and on Edila. Had added a P3 structure, quality seated at Sampa, quality the taxpayer said in the rent in not new to attend to government Saturn Perks is a jollo. Had added a transfer and Lenny Hunter private sector then. Had added a net Quebec on cow. Kuja do net at all your assets and said here, Lila to that GNWT that but art and then situate a quanch Elizabeth art in scenario go there is it so you but art in it naturally at art and the low hat at the healthcare services at that Ogalata has papasunun anileni ha hat uli halialo hat atut a committee secretary atut a GNWT atut a net at samba bet aliyat agala nasi hat elelo hat atut a con at illa lawyer hat atut a committee secretary at in lenia anelo hat atut at west illa no der jara atut at ut ein salak non anileni sigam hat atut a GNWTC didn't happen and Holland alluded that or reported here on the had only that GNWT at the look at the natural OAGs at the lock at the end loaded as soon as Latagar has said the low Banont had only to that Tagar at Utsampak on Thursday the high deal load had added that GNWTC in it onto it flat or
clearly outlined
tweet at one see chance and you never have the red hanatech at your kids see it's into the EHOEC hatilo to the Hayun Tenerial Caro to the Nalgar note and thoughts and Galata no guessing a quantity thought and not up and I need sit in it in law had that it orange key now had only to a public funds in some policy, but at in hat only at illa hate had at it a con art in his Lindy say. You see a P3 report you can hold Nelly a betting Nilo hat only to it a hat and to a capital estimates at a low.
Undermines the spirit of the OAG's recommendations.
Had there a AOG that Ogatala Nasi a papat illa haratilo had that to it at Ogalita Sitagar and a helatilo had that orange Kiacharo Aeta had that to that Ogalatan and the Ka on Jara.
Committee emphasized
had added the committee they had the law had in gone their news and the year on snail iron asa had added up at all the public at the art and consensus at the energies haratilo Hayuan Song Kaya Kidney Law that to it Asa seated as standing committee public accounts at it our government of Northwest Territory Kat Iaki there on it to it at Uyaki Sunk Ayakalaita no answer had a letter Cotanega Selio on Luton Asapa on Latte had added the committee saying on to your part isn't to also say yes Nilo to you another hundred had added that or unit in some parts on cars had added the Nakasi public accounts here to the Northwest Territory seat
robust measures
had added a can zone at all to that Ogalato a seat the kilowatt or the Tanakalai Narita on how to seek a galata seat to the Hinley on Kwana Chalk Egalata
clearly demonstrate
had added see
regular audits
at us and to it sampa who counted a on the low had at it that or up at a hand and also to see consent see it egalata quite an apple are the look at all Staten Hospital law say had added a public accounts to the car had did a Hayun General car on to that Uayon Sagalat Nasi to the HOGC the Quanta Hilagata Line say
timelines
had added I thought on the Ayun then Hela new you never had Galata had that at what only city a care on.
Recommendation 4 the standing committee on
Do it at the to the public accounts a government of Northwest Territory say a Ketagar
of how procurement process has been improved and how lessons from the standing
it's almost the same except for you
project have been applied to improve future procurement processes. This should include documented
Making us more
examples
tired.
of how bidder communications are now consistently recorded, how equal access to information is ensured, and what mechanisms are in place
had added that Ubegalata Sioux at that department Satwa Sagatalana entered Asunla had added a standing committee a public accounts chaos the government of Northwest Territory seated I thought Zagalata at illicit QA had Urat is it to bet or another lot added at some part cotton yes near on strength and say had added that Ula Hateo hat dut ansett bert is net hat de lo hat dut Government of Northwest Territory dut Dëne Sųłıné Yatıé doen alliered begala dot kilat erde dut ayum ye held another partnership to public accounts you beheld another
The public sector accounting
hat
standards.
dut public sector dalni city in this hat dut committee hat oder not ani lo hat dut JNWTC to a sequel that gal nade to the P3 cell hat to that oil say and hat to do a category opener date 2024-2025 public accounts
Recommendation 7.
to the Science DC Standing Committee hat to a kidney on to the Government of Northwest Territory to a classified dealer on to the standing legacy to MP3 to law hat say hat elected that Utsampak on road to a Klassenberg Barnacu on the loop at Ubakati the public accounts. The recommendation 8 had there. The Government of Northwest Territory had added that Utsampak Andrew a contract I thought at arranged Cuba at some part, so a 30% discount on had the low. Had added our recommendation from Council. The Government of Northwest Territory did not report it to under a non-nonsense that is a CR. Had as Nanak puts its entire news season on 24/1 Standing Committee on Standing Committee Public Reports 2024-2025 and at some public on the sea. Had at Israel to the Mercy. Range Lake, motion.
Question has been called. All those in favor, please raise your hand.
Another, inland then say, Asiki then say,
Motion passed.
Oda motion on Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, I ask the Honorable Nanak puts the center initiative to the Cabinet 24/1 Standing Committee suit to the Public Accounts Report Review Auditor General 2024 Audit Alia Hadre Statin Territorial Suit at Cordonal Seasonal Yesi. Do you have that jump at your Tado?
Question has been called. All those in favor?
Annie then say, inland then say, Asiki then receive a motionally Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker.
Seconded by the Honorable.
Had that the Honorable Nanak puts the attorney say to Rule 9 .4 brackets 5 brackets A to the Government of Northwest Territory say to the Kenzo Atsuke Galata's report guilty Ayakit any Nilya say to the 120 days say to that it's not there so no not in
To the motion.
better motion not that anything that
Opposed?
in that
Abstentions?
Sikidalida
Motion carried.
motion
Reports on standing and special committees.
reports on standing special committees
Tabling of documents.
tabling documents
For municipal community.
municipal community affairs. Mr. Speaker, that is next to the city. Government of Northwest Territory up at lawsuit on motion 47 brackets 1 state of emergency humanitarian reasons and environment welfare.
Thank you, Minister Municipal Community Affairs.
Minister Municipal Community Affairs. Environment climate change.
Thank you.
Mercy, Mr. Speaker, that is next to the city. Environmental Rent Act Annual Report 2024-2025. The Bill 27, it's into it with our Family Violence Act, it's now with Ayaki Theater Bill 27, had with our Family Violence by Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Climate change, tabling documents, Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, had added that is need to the city to transfer $250,000 April 1st, 2020, March 31st, and 2025. Mercy, Mr. Speaker. Minister of Finance.
Member from Range Lake.
Member Range Lake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, city that is not it is the first responders compensation in Gonsanaliha.
Member from
Range Lake, tabling documents,
Notice of motion.
notice of motion, motions, Yellowknife North.
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Speaker,
I move
see
that whereas
John.
the Legislative Assembly
Coincident motion 41 brackets 1
accepted the conclusion
had added that Commissioner to nether willede
violated the members'
had added that code of conduct at inathriller had added that order said that $2,500 fine had added April 24 2025 had added that speaker sleep giant CNC had added that commissioner report that Aaron's Casey to the complaint Jennifer Constant to Netherlands had added that another let's at the giant coins in code of conduct AR had May 21st 2025 to the speaker legislative NBC to the supplemental reports degree commissioner table document 330-20 bracket 1 had added the integrity commissioner had the law to the legislative assembly Miss Patterson Sampat Ana Ahanai had added at the Nalnil Yasi had added at the complainant to Netherlands Willete a to that in another had the legislative assembly had alerted at commissioner a so law though that to quit the necessary on John Coins in hot as he says in it on honorable tabachas its entire had that to the Yakinit under the integrity commissioner direct isn't 330-20 brackets 1 had that don't with our giants in said had that with our Patterson Miss Patterson to it at night and not nail yasin night some puppet analia north.
Question, are you in about that in the other fair? Are you clicking in the click motion the that
Motion. Notice of motions, first reading the bills.
First reading the bills.
First reading the bills.
Motion first reading the bills.
First reading the bills.
First reading the bills. Minister of Justice, ECC.
ECE. Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment.
Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment. Merci, Mr. Speaker. Could you Bill 28 has to student financial assistance number 2? Merci, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Education, Culture, and Employment. Pursuant to Rule
8.2 brackets 3, Bill 28.
Is deemed to have first reading.
Do you got
First reading of bill. Member from Range Lake.
Member from Range Lake.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to present Bill 29.
Bill 29, the First Responder Workers' Compensation Amendment Act. Do you got to
From Range Lake. Pursuant to Rule 8.2 brackets 3, Bill 29 is deemed to
Bill 29.
has deemed to have first reading.
Do you got to do not
First reading the bill. First reading the bills.
Second reading the bills.
Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to present to the House Bill 30, Supplementary Appropriation.
Bill 30, Supplementary Act Expenditure, the Board Authorization Number 1, 2025-2026. Merci.
Minister of Finance. Pursuant to Rule 8.2 brackets 3, Bill 30 is deemed to have first reading and is ready for second reading. First reading the bill. First reading the bills. Second reading the bills.
Second reading the bills.
Bills. Minister of Justice.
Minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, I move
Mr. Speaker,
member from Yellowknife South.
The Yellowknife South the new the Bill 27, the Act to amend Family Act. The do not make a yakiele.
To amend the protection against family violence.
Could the family violence as the axi?
The Act to improve access to emergency protection.
How to axi how to the cuts
Bill widens the definition of family members.
the how to the quinatio. Could you how to but the act
To the list of actions that constitute family violence and will establish a new civil recourse related to stalking for victims of family violence. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Merci, Mr. Speaker.
Motion is in order. Principal.
Motion it on principle of the bill.
Question has been called. All those in favor? All those opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried.
Motion that on
7 has
Bill 27.
been read a second time. Is referred
Do not make a key had the standing committee banuta. The assembly because alta.
and bill. Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I move seconded.
City National, the Cabinet Secretary now, the Bill 30 Supplementary Appropriation Act Expenditures and Board Authorization. Number 1, 2025-2026. The do not make a yakia.
Supplementary appropriations for operations.
Could the Betal Dasi Sampadat Authorization of Government Northwest Territories 2025-2026. Fiscal year. What's it?
Thank you, Minister. Question or thank you. Remember the principle of the bill. Or no, sorry, yeah, principle of the bill.
Principle of the bill.
Question has been called. All those in favor?
You know, but such a lot of it in the sea.
Abstention. The motion is carried. Bill
Motion that
30 has been read a second time.
do Bill 30 do not make a key.
Second reading bill, second reading of bills. Item committee or consideration in committee of the whole of bills and other matters with the
Consideration in committee of the whole bill and other matters. Two near the will there, Johnson Nagaha.
Calling the committee to order. I will now call.
Committee to order.
I will now call the committee in the whole to order. What is the wish of the committee and
Could the committee claim to not public?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the committee wishes to consider table document 340.
Table document 340 / 2023 is a structure.
2025, 2026. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
thank you. Does the committee agree?
Committee Basatelo.
Thank you. Committee will now continue with table documents 340.
Could table document 34-20 brackets 1.
Minister of Finance wish to bring witnesses into.
Prime Minister of Finance and witnesses and
Thank you.
Sergeant Arms are witnesses. He's at the
Minister, please introduce your witnesses.
Let's see, witnesses Baziuzi,
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On my left, Bill McKay is the Deputy Minister of Finance.
Deputy of Finance McKay, David Bolstad,
Deputy Secretary.
Deputy Secretary General.
Thank you. Members will continue with the industry and tourism.
Could the industry and tourism have Bunny hello?
Total department not previously authorized, 3,800,000.
Could the 3,868,000 then have carried out?
See no further questions? Oh, sorry.
Authorized $3,868,000 to carry out
Seeing no further questions, supplementary
supplementary estimates. Infrastructure expenditure number 1, 2025-26. Industry and tourism investment. Capital investment expenditure.
previously authorized.
$3,868,000.
Committee agreed.
Committee ended it up.
Thank you. Committee will now consider the
Department of Infrastructure, page 15.
assets management not previously authorized.
Management not previously authorized $26,180,000 to not carry out.
Seeing no further questions, supplementary
Questions. Supplementary estimate infrastructure expenditure number 1, 2021-26. Department of Infrastructure capital investments. Asset management not previously authorized. 26,100,000. Committee must not do.
Thank you. Energy and strategic initiatives.
Energy and strategic initiative.
$12 million. Are there any questions?
To carry out.
Seeing no further questions.
Today.
Three estimates. Infrastructure.
Supplementary estimate infrastructure. Number 1, 2025-26.
Department of Infrastructure capital investment.
Capital investment expenditures.
And strategic initiatives not previously authorized. $12 million.
$12 million. Committee must not do.
Programs and services not previously authorized. $4,813,000. Are there any questions?
To carry out.
See no further questions. Supplementary estimates. Infrastructure expenditure. Number 1, 2025-2026.
2025-26 infrastructure expenditures.
Services not previously authorized.
$4,813,000. Committee must not do.
Thank you. Department not previously authorized. $42,993,000. Are there any questions?
To carry out.
Seeing no further questions, supplementary estimates, infrastructure expenditure. Number 1, 2025-2026. Department of Infrastructure capital investment expenditure. Total department not previously authorized.
$42,993,000. Committee ended it up.
Thank you. Committee will now consider the Department of Justice on page 17.
Page 17, Department of Justice.
Not previously authorized, $752,000.
$752,000 to carry out.
Seeing no further questions, supplementary estimates, infrastructure expenditure. Number 1, 2025-2026. Department of Justice.
Department of Justice, capital investment expenditures, corrections.
Previously authorized,
$752,000. Committee must not do.
Thank you. Court services not previously
Court services going to authorize yalla. $3,477,000.
Are there any questions?
Then I carry out. Yellowknife North.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, listed under here,
Could you be a book easy that is about Aussie?
offset by a lapsed amount, and it's not, doesn't appear to be offset by revenues from the government of Canada. So, there's an extra
At that, we Boston Summer because of $3.4. The Betago Tassi courthouse all the time.
Mr. explain what that's about and why.
I laughed near Mr. Hattie said that I hit in that the budget, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Merci, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Let me go to the minister for the question.
Minister,
Mr. Chair, this is an amount that is in response.
could you that is about Aussie? Do you tell you
Will answer maybe the last question before the first, which is whether or not it was foreseen. Mr. Chair, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but judiciary has raised
could you judiciary see the sea on any
the building and whether or not
the that is the call on see the say yeah.
some time and
The saw all of it.
different efforts to try to mitigate those concerns. What has been raised and what is proposed.
Could you it avec could you that about see ha.
Number of specific risk areas
Dëne Süübä kaolisi tui hunutulate.
It provides sufficient space to, for example, accommodate juries and have a separated space.
Kutui sensen kong le alo tui jury zu haten zu tisi ha.
They're being, when they're in jury deliberations. Similarly, a lack of any specialized court space or lack of any indigenous appropriate space for efforts being made by the judiciary to better accommodate the residents of the Northwest Territories.
Kutui sena ye si ha tui etsanent ina papazat ona zo politisi ha to zeselia ai ten so sino mat anyo ha si ha.
More frequently, and whether or not there needs to be an amendment to, for instance, the entryways, in particular.
Ko isach anisi ayuli selia alo.
To be able to address now with this funding. And last but not least, Mr. Chair, simply the co-location of the judicial branch of government with really any other party, particularly those who might be hearing from the court, namely the Department of Justice. So with that, Mr. Chair, that does require a bit of work and planning.
Hatta tui because the cutie because all ta la sala. Hatta the Department of Justice to detail ha ta ta quantity ga.
This is in part meant to start to immediately deal with some of the security issues.
Could you security ha could the all ta.
To dealing with where and how to move the legal division and to be able to create a space that is more appropriate for the court usage exclusively. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Merci, Mr. Chair. Yeah, nurse.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So just to confirm that this is the very beginning
Could you going to put it ha?
project,
Do you la asi ha?
these concerns obviously they've just arisen sometime since
Could you going
last capital budget, and now this project is to begin. Can the
do you la honi dia ha? I had to tell Minister.
Thank you. Go to the minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, so
Merci, Mr. Chair.
over time, there's been
Could you stop on this?
questions and initiatives
Do you either have to hold curl?
outreach from the judiciary
The kind of judiciary to kilo the response to.
to see what more immediate
Did that to make out that she couldn't do?
again to build an entirely new facility, which
Could you control her? Say her. Do you $2 million under the her kid?
is an effort made here to say to try to respond, as I said, to recent outreach
What that you would thank you to distribute that is somebody.
in terms of some immediate changes to the entryway
Could you couldn't do it to know you see the you such a you see her. Are you courthouse all?
to the courthouse section, as well as for planning out a renovation to particularly deal with the separation of the spaces and the enhancements to the jury room. That project is expected to take.
Could you la city saba on Kagaiku?
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Member from Yellowknife North.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No further questions.
What the heck thoughts in her
Okay, thank you. Is there any further questions?
There's curious.
Thank you. Continuing on. Seeing no further questions, supplementary estimates, infrastructure expenditure. Number one.
Number 1, 2025-2026. Department of Justice Capital Investment Expenditures, Court Services, $3,477,000. Committee added it up.
Thank you. Total department not previously authorized, $4,229,000. Are there any questions? Thank you. Seeing none, thank you. Supplementary estimates.
Supplementary estimate number 1, 2025-2026 Department of Justice.
Capital investment expenditure, total department not previously authorized,
$4,229,000. Committee passed it up.
Thank you. Members, there is a schedule on page 18.
Could the page 18 get the student
Back of capital estimates.
view capital estimate?
Not a votable item,
The because the island the
that's information only.
the information she honey she but that's go try to yeah.
Seeing no further questions, we'll continue on. As this is not a votable item.
The because the votable item. Committee the hotel the table breakfast dash 26 supplementary expenditure number 1. 2025/2026. Committee anything up.
Thank you. I'm going to go to the member for the
Amivik Budlik.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I move that consideration of table document 340.
Table document 340 best 2021.
Supplementary estimates, infrastructure expenditures, number 1, 2025-2026, be now concluded, and that table document.
It's 340 dash brackets 1. And you see that as one balance in there. It's all 19 oh, mercy.
Thank you. The motion is in order.
What that do motion?
Question has been called. All those in
Sanko
favor?
anything say.
All those opposed?
Anything say.
The motion is carried.
What that motion alle?
Table documents
340 dash brackets 1. Supplementary estimate. Infrastructure estimate number 1. 2000-26. How that report to consideration now. How that John in that bill the mercy minister. How that with our witnesses see that instantly. Sergeant at arms, a say to our witness King Line.
Thank you. I'm going to the member for the Nuvik Budlik.
And Nuvik Budlik.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mercy, Mr. Chair, how that do that long there.
There is a motion on the floor to report progress. The motion is in order and non-debatable. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carried. I will now rise and report progress. Thank you.
Reports on Committee of the Whole, member from Dëne Sųłıné.
Mr. Speaker, your committee has been considering table documents 340-20 brackets 1 and would like to report progress with one motion carried. That consideration table documents 340-20 brackets 1 is concluded and the House concur in those estimates as amended, and that an appropriation bill to be based on thereon be introduced without delay. And Mr. Speaker, I move that the report of the Committee of the Whole be concurred with. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member from Dëne Sųłıné. Can I have a seconder? Member from the Dëne. All those in favor? Or no, yeah, to the motion. Question's been called. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Can't vote all the time there, Minister of Municipal and Community Affairs. Only can vote once. Motion carried. Third reading of bills. Third reading of bills. Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, I move, seconded by the Honourable Member for Cam Lake, that Bill 30, Supplementary Appropriations Act, Operations Expenditures and Borrowing Authorization Number 1, 2025-2026 be read for the third time. And Mr. Speaker, I request a recorded vote. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Minister. The motion is in order. To the motion. Question has been called. Minister has asked for a recorded vote. All those in favor, please stand.
The member for Yellowknife South, the member for Cam Lake, the member for Hay River North, the member for Hay River South, the member for Inuvik Twin Lakes, the member for Nunakput, the member for the Dëne, the member for Sod 2, the member for Inuvik Boot Lake, the member for Frame Lake, the member for Great Slave, the member for Yellowknife North, the member for Thabacha.
All those opposed, please stand.
The member for Tuniday Willowday, the member for Yellowknife Center, the member for Range Lake.
All those abstaining, please stand. All those in favor? 13, opposed,
Kadal
3,
Engleno,
abstention.
0
Motion is carried.
Without motion, Halle.
Third reading of bills.
Third reading bills.
Orders of the day, Mr. Clerk.
Orders of the day, Mr. Clerk. Without known at.
Orders of the day for Thursday, May 29th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Prayer or reflection, minister statements, member statements, motions, returns to oral questions, oral question 666-20(1), recognitions of visitors in the gallery, acknowledgements, oral questions, written questions, returns to written questions, replies to the Commissioner's address, petitions, reports of committees on the review of bills, reports of standing and special committees, tabling of documents, notice of motions. Notice of motions for first reading of bills. First reading of bills. Second reading of bills. Bills 28 and 29. Consideration of Committee of the Whole of bills and other matters. Reports of Committee of the Whole. Third reading of bills. Orders of the day.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. This House stands adjourned until Thursday, May 29th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m.